Welcome to another Wonderwoods video. You caught me here getting ready to put in some new doors. These are mahogany doors that I'm going to be putting in place right here to replace these old doors. I just wanted you to get a good picture, see how they look before I took them out, and see what the new ones look like. These are obviously missing several components. There's going to be glass and the mullions that go in here. I'm going to put those in later. I'm keeping them off right now just to keep the weight down while I'm working on hanging them. So hang out with me and we're going to start putting in some new doors. So I just got done trimming both of the doors. I had to trim basically both of them on top and bottom to fit the opening. The opening, it's an existing opening, so things aren't necessarily square and straight. I needed to trim just a little skosh off of each side to make the gaps really nice. So I just got that done, and now I'm working on getting ready to drill for the door hardware. I'm taping the template on, and I'm going to start drilling holes. This door is going to actually have two deadbolts in it. So this first hole is for the door handle. The second one is for the first deadbolt. And I just marked this one out. It's not on the template. Same distance up to be the second deadbolt. With the hole saw, drill halfway through, flip it over, and then drill the other side. That'll keep it from blowing out, because if you just drill all the way through, this time will just push out and a lot of times it'll tear out. So you go through until the pilot hole shows up, till the pilot drill goes through, then flip it over. Just like that. Now it's time to drill the 1-inch holes coming in from the side. We got 3 of them to do. Now I've got the door flipped on its side, and I'm just going to router out the little mortises here for the lock sets. Now just 5 more to go. To get all these holes drilled real nice, I start out with a drill bit that is the exact same size as the hole that's drilled into these plates. That gives me a nice center point, and then I go to a little smaller bit that'll be the right size for the screw. That's all it takes. Now I've got the smaller drill bit that is just the size of the shaft of this screw. And it'll center real nice because I did those little pilot holes. On the ends that I cut, I sanded down a little bit. I put some stain on them. I'm going to put a little bit of finish on the bottom so that they're coated nice. Okay, so we're getting ready to start the next day. Here I'm working on the doors, and it's a little bit rainy outside, so they set me up here in the garage with a nice little workspace. I'm getting started on the second door by putting the astragal on, and that's going to give me the right spot to do the mortises and the places for the lock sets to catch here on this side of the door. So that's the next step. To put this weather stripping on, just put a few screws in across the bottom and line up the edges. I've already hung both of these doors, so I know they line up with each other really well. So I took the door that I already drilled, put it on top of the one that I'm about to drill, and mortise for the other lock sets. I line them up, and then now I can just transfer the marks from this door to this door and know that everything will line up. No measuring needed. I'm getting ready to drill out the hole for the bolt to go into, and right here it's a little bit offset. It's a little wider than it is deep, so I'm using a 1-inch drill bit, put some tape on it to set the depth so I know about how far to drill. And to get the offset hole, I'm going to drill right here and then drill another one right next to it, so it'll be a little bit long and skinny like that. So I'm getting ready to router out the mortise for the strike plate, and I needed to do something to lift up the router because I have this lip right here on this astragal, which was going to make the router not ride flat. So I put 2 scrap pieces of wood here, and while I was doing that I said, well, I basically almost made myself a jig anyways, so I'm going to cheat, and I made a jig. I have 2 pieces of wood. The router bit is going to ride on there, and I made a little block back there, so now I can just set the depth, go in there, be done. Real quick and easy. It's kind of cheating, but it'll work nice. There we go. That's really good. I'll show you. Real nice like. The strike plates for the deadbolts are a little bit different than this one. But I'm still going to drill them out the same way. Drill 2 offset holes to bore out the center. And then I'll set up another little jig so I can mortise those out. Those look pretty good. Now we're ready for the mortises. There we go. That fits really good. One more to go. There we go. Perfect. Now we're done with the mortises. I'm going to pack up, take this stuff back to the shop and get the final finish on it now I know that everything fits. And then we can come back and put it up. We're back here now to finish up the installation of the doors, and the last thing I need to do is install these slide bolts on the end. I'm going to mortise these out on the top and bottom. And that'll be the last bit of work I need to do to start putting these in. Jeff got all the parts done in the shop, sprayed the last coats on everything. So today should just be some assembly and putting some doors up. Now it's time to start putting the lock sets. I've got all the hardware in and fit. Closed nice, everything works well. Deadbolts work. Now I'm going to put in the mullions and then the glass. Ta-da! I'm going to secure these mullions in here temporarily with a couple little pin nails, and then I'll screw everything in from inside. Well, there we go. I got the glass in, the mullions on. I've got a few last little things to do, but I'm not going to bore you with that, like cleaning glass. That's a wrap for these doors. On to the next one.